I'm an earthworm woman. In the mornings, I fill my tanks by breathing the energy of the sea and tasting the power of the sun penetrating my skin. There's an air of no care, which comes with age, and I hold my head up proudly, liking who I've become. I'm not afraid of smells, or dirt, or to walk barefoot across the stones. Sometimes I wade through the shallow water just to embrace its fluid element, my hair often crazy and loose, being pulled by and flying in the wind. I can be glamorous if I want to, although makeup was never my thing. And I've learnt that life is for living, not fearing, and so I absorb it like a sponge. Let's put me into the picture. Good morning, everyone. Grand Rising. Take 2 on video with an interview or discussion with Laura. Just before I bring her in, because I don't feel like I neglect them, but I just want to remind people that I have got these beautiful affiliates who I sort of advertise them, and in return, anything that gets sold through Earthworm Woman, they give me a tiny percentage. So they're really important because it keeps me thinking, okay, yeah, I'm going to keep, obviously, it's not the only reason. It keeps me doing Earthworm Woman because I want to keep building it and make it more of a community around health and humans and communication and community and blah, blah, blah. And in fact, eventually, I think I'm going to form Earthworm Woman Productions and have Marooned as part of that because I've got lots of ideas for other things. But anyway, that's by the by. So I just want to quickly go through the people that support me who I support. One of them is Orgone Effects. And this is one of their necklaces, what do you call it? And this is an EMF protector. So if you wear that, you hopefully are reducing, or I think there's huge, good morning, Jan, huge proof that they actually work. And if you go to his, all the affiliates websites are linked to here to the bottom of this video discussion today, but they're also on my Earthworm Woman page. So that's Orgone Effects. Another one is hemp flower products. Now, this is Denise's products, and it's hempflower.com.au. Also, it's all in the thing. And depression, anxiety, just general health, all kinds of things. This is proven. And you just have a couple of drops in the morning, or if you feel when you feel you need it, let it sit on your tongue for a bit. And I do take them whenever I actually remember, but I know that they have a real distinguishable taste and a really superb products. Now there's someone out there apparently who's trying to gate crash or try and make them to be the same product or the same thing, so only go through the one that I promote here. That's that one. The other one, quickly, won't be long, Laura, is the Intimate Duet, which is Madalena's, one of Madalena's products. This is just a beautiful oil spray product, which I have found. I don't have many of her products. I'm actually going to buy some of her beautiful new exquisite skin things because I think they're just... I have used them all up, and I know that they are delectable, so I'll definitely be buying those. Another one is Mr. Oxygen. GO2life, and I stick a bit of that in my water most of the time, and it's got huge amounts of product benefits. And he can't really say what he believes the benefits are. One particular word, anyway. I'm all about preventative medicine. I believe you take things so that you don't get sick rather than going and getting sick and then okay, well then I've got to sort this problem out. If you can, I'm very interested in preventative. So GO2life is a really good affiliate of mine as well. And that's the only products I have here. Heather Bruce also has some courses. So if you want to participate and join her things, she's another one. So that's that. Now, today is all about Laura, even though seriously, it's gone back again. I'm trying to sort us out. She doesn't look very big. Well, no, we both are short.
I'm not actually that big.
No, we are, but that shouldn't be so much background. We should be the main picture. Anyway, you started last week with a beautiful introduction. I'm going to get you to just sort of talk about yourself again, and I'm going to play around with trying to get us sorted out over here, because I'll just tell you what your line was. Your intro line was, "I'm a 51-year-old
I'm a little girl. Or a young woman in a 51-year-old's body."
Yes. And that's more about your attitude and your way of life and etc. So I'm just going to ask you, because the other one didn't work because Laura couldn't hear me. So go back to what you were talking about, because you said quite some time ago you decided to live outside of society, really off grid. And I think that's a lot of people's idea of bliss at the moment. Society is just like, ugh. Tell me more about when that started and how that went.
So I was originally from Victoria, and in 97 I travelled around Australia. I went from Victoria along like New South Wales across the top, and then WA, and then I was in WA for 10 years. And then I thought to myself, I always want to go back to the Northern Rivers, which is, in Byron area, Nimbin or Lismore, all that sort of area, and buy property. So I was thinking I really want to do this now, which was, I think, 2009. And I came home to my family and asked them if they wanted to join me. But most of my family were very Melbourne people and they didn't really want to do that. But my brother was sort of on the same path as I was. And he said he'd join me. So we went over and we looked around for properties, and we found a property in Coongulla, which is 25 k's inland from Nimbin. It was 100 acres. There was nothing on the property. There was a little creek, but there was no like buildings or anything like that. No one had built on it before. And we ended up buying it, and we travelled up, and we were in a tent for 6 months, and we built a huge shed, brand new shed, put a kitchen in it, bathroom. We had a composting toilet outside, and that was our base while we were then we were going to build our own houses and stuff.
So you knew how to build. You built that?
No, we didn't know how to build.
Okay. So
this was all experiment.
Yeah.
So
wow.
we did get a guide to help us and friends and things like that. But yeah, we worked it out. And we grew heaps of veggies, planted fruit trees, things like that, because we had a sense that something was not right. I suppose
even back then. Yeah.
Well, when I was 16 years old, one of my friends brought this videotape around, and it talked about the New World Order and a few of the things that were planned, and it sort of woke me up at a very young age to think outside the box. And from that moment on, yeah, I
At
just,
16 to
yeah,
actually, think or whatever. Obviously, it was more than thinking. It
yeah.
was
Well, it was
something you were,
just,
yeah.
yeah, I was just so lucky that my friend's mother was awake and
Mm,
he got the tape off her and we watched it as a group and it changed my life, really. Um,
wow.
so it just made me question a lot of things.
Mm,
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
it's because a 16-year-old now, just, I don't know, even 20-ish year olds now, I don't even know if they question very much, just accept everything they're fed. But anyway, so obviously you were very close with your brother in that,
yes, we're very
to,
close.
yeah,
He
so
was younger
carry
than
on.
me. He
Yeah.
was a couple of years younger than me, but we were both had the same mentality with a lot of
Mm,
things.
well,
Um, and yeah, so we did it. He had moved to WA as well and met a woman from WA, and they had two
yeah,
children. They had
right.
home births. I was there for their home births, and then they had gone back to Melbourne, and I was still in WA, and then that they wanted to come into the property. So we did that, and then things just it was hard out there, like it's a lot
Hang
of
on, but I
work.
thought the property was in Nimbin.
Yeah, it is. But that was when we originally first came up
Mm,
with the idea. I was in WA, he was in Melbourne, and then we came together it was 25 Ks inland from Nimbin.
yeah,
So we did.
but then you left it. You left it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then
right.
it got hard. People think that's what they want, and a lot of people go, "Oh, it'd be such a great thing to do," but it is actually a lot of hard work.
Mm,
Anyway, they left. They were having their third child, and they left, and they went
mm,
back to WA, and then they didn't come back. And so I had this 100 acres by myself, and it was a lot of work. So I sold it myself. I didn't get a real estate agent,
mm,
and
God.
yeah, then I was going overseas. I thought, what am I going to do? What does Spirit want me to do? So I'll just go overseas and listen. And I feel that when I'm in the sun, I get the best ideas. So I went to Bali and I wanted to go to Thailand. And then I got a call from my older sister saying that my brother had passed away. So I flew back to Melbourne, which I never thought I'd ever live in Melbourne ever again. And it was just before COVID, maybe, I don't know, 12 months. And then I've been here ever since with my
So
family.
2018 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But obviously you know about Marooned. You've seen Marooned.
yeah,
So your brother, did he?
yes, yeah,
He
yeah,
did take his own life. Yeah,
yes, yeah.
which is such a. I mean, so you have an older sister as well, but that's irrelevant. You
And a
two
younger
obviously
sister.
right, so close.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to really go into too much about it, but I mean, it seems this is the world. Was he picking up on something? What was with
Yeah,
kids and everything?
I know I mean, they had separated at that
Oh,
time,
okay.
and
Yeah.
he was living out of Alice Springs. He was working for an Indigenous art gallery.
Yeah.
He was taking some of the artists like 700 kilometres inland, and he would sit with them in country. Sorry. Um,
No, no, no.
no, no.
Say what you want, but it's your brother, and of course it's going to
Yeah.
create. Of course, it's
And
going to
so,
create.
yeah, he was living quite isolated out there and stuff. So, yeah, it was always someone who was up and down. Like he was just full of life, or you could see that there was a sadness in there. But I think going down the rabbit hole pretty deep is quite
Mm,
depressing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he did
Yeah.
like go into where everything's supposedly headed or could
Oh,
head
yeah.
or whatever.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And
And
that's
his
why I
kids, I
think,
suppose, were quite
it's good
far
to go
away.
down the rabbit hole, but at some point you have to sort of stop because we know, but it doesn't, it's not good for our mental
Mm,
health, really, is it? Like Life
Yeah.
is good. There is good.
Well, we have to keep believing that the good will be the one that wins, or whatever we have to go through. I mean,
Mm.
so being so far away from him as well, and him being so far away from his kids must have been enormous. But anyway, so that's what Laura. No, obviously it's like Melbourne has brought a reality that you perhaps don't even. Well, you said you live in Melbourne for your family, the rest of your
Yeah.
family more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
so
I'd left at home at 16, and then like at 47, I was back at home with my mum because I wanted to
right.
be close to my
Yeah.
mum
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
support her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But in a way, also was a good thing because I
I
know
was
you
sort of,
met
yes, I met a great partner. I met a lot of
beautiful people.
amazing people. Um, yeah, I threw myself into standing up for our rights
Mm.
in that time. And yeah, met some amazing, beautiful people. Yeah.
So yeah, so since you've been back here,
Yeah.
obviously you're a free spirit. You're someone who's obviously just made your life as you go, which I think is incredible, and that's the way it should be. Things that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Obviously, were you always interested in health and things like
Yeah,
that
I
as well?
suppose my parents are Italian, and my
Mm,
dad was very strict when it came to food and health and things like
right.
that, and having things made from home, homemade, and so I think it was just always in me.
Mm,
And then when I was living on the property, I was looking for more natural solutions and, trying to not use chemicals on the property because everything was going, into the soil. And I learnt
yeah.
more about that. And so a friend of mine shared some essential oils with me,
Mm,
and I just fell in love with them. Like I just started using them back in the day at doTERRA, back in the day, which
mm.
means gift of the earth, which I think is beautiful.
Right, right, right.
So at first it was just I wanted to, also because I lived like 35 k's from town. I needed a bit of support naturally if something was to go wrong, or you
Mhm.
had some type of element that you needed fixing. So I got into essential oils and started making cleaning products, headache balms, things like that. And then I realized how good the business is and what a beautiful company it is, and it's one of the cheapest businesses you could actually have because you just have to do a monthly order of the stuff that you use yourself, and
Yep.
you get a back office, you get perks, you get a good commission, and so yeah, I started doing that. But then when I first came back to Melbourne, I sort of just dropped it all. I mean, I never stopped using the products, but I didn't really
Mm.
promote it much as a business. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden, everyone just started asking me for oils because I think like-minded people, they want to look for a natural solution first before, I'm not saying that modern medicine is never needed, but
Well,
it's nice
we
to be
just
able
know
to.
more and more about what things have in them, and that's why,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah.
the same with Madalena's stuff. It's all very natural. Same with Denise's stuff, but it's different. But I'm the same. I haven't worn perfume or anything like that since I think, oh, probably when I was in England. I think I had Izzy Miyake or something like that for a while. But I
Yeah.
like just putting oils on.
Yeah.
And I have a very reduced sense of smell because I had COVID and whatever that was, that bio illness, and it really stuffed up my smell. And I know a lot of people had that. I've never had it back since. So some I can really smell. Can you just tell me what are, because I love them. I love the smell of it, and it's just if it makes you feel like you're like, I don't know, got something really nice coming off you. But which are the more not common but beneficial ones? If we were going to go, okay, get these
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. So what most people do is, I wish we had smell-o-vision so
Yeah,
you can smell everything.
I
But
wish
most
you were
people
bigger.
get,
I wish your photo was bigger.
So most people get a kit like this. So this is their top 10.
Mm.
And so there's things in here like lavender, frankincense, tea tree, peppermint, lemon, oregano, digestin, which is like for, like tummy troubles, constipation. Easy Air is like a natural Vicks. They've got an On Guard blend, which is their protective blend for colds and flus, but they also then now make so many products out of that blend. So they make laundry liquids, hand pump soaps, things like that, out of all those natural products. But this kit is probably the most that people start off with, and then they build from there. They've got so many oils. So lavender is calming. I don't know if you want me to go through.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think
Okay.
most people do lavender, but
so
sure.
Lavender is calming. It's good for sleep. It's good for bites. So if you've or burns, to put on there. It's an antihistamine. It's relaxing. Then you've got frankincense, which
I'm just going to say you can just put it on directly, right? You don't.
Yes, you can put it on directly, but it's nice to use a carrier oil, which doTERRA have a fractionated coconut oil, which just means that it doesn't go hard like, other coconut that qualified. So I have like little rituals in the morning where I have a little bowl and I put a couple of drops of the coconut in, and then I'll put an essential oil blend in that, and I'll use that as a perfume, or I can make it in a roller. And so then you can just roll it on yourself. And so it's good to have a carrier oil, because then it sinks into your skin a lot better, and it doesn't evaporate into the air. So it's nice to have a carrier, and also protects. If you're someone, like some people, lavender is very calming, but some people can be allergic to lavender. We're all different, so it's nice to have that barrier. Yeah. So the next one. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. The next one is frankincense, which is classed as the king of oils.
Yes.
It literally, whenever you're in doubt and you don't know which oil to use, frankincense is pretty much the one. Like it's
I've got some of that.
Anti-inflammatory. It's it relieves congestion. It's great for back pain. It's an antioxidant, antidepressant. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful.
So that's incredible. So even if you just put a few drops of that into an oil and rub it on yourself, wherever, it can become an anti-inflammatory.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It is. It's amazing. It's a beautiful oil. It's one that I think that everyone should have in their cabinet.
I actually have got a bit of back. I might try that on my back, because I have that. It's very expensive though. Frankincense, isn't it? It's one of the most
it is expensive, and that's why I think like it's about $100 and something for this bottle, but then when you get the whole kit, it comes down to wholesale pricing, and it's not too bad. So this whole kit here is $399, but it comes with a diffuser as well. But then there is a smaller kit. So these are 15 ml, but there is also a smaller kit that comes with 5 ml ones, which are the size
15 ml,
this
right?
one. Yeah. And that one is $280 wholesale, but it also comes with a diffuser. And then I was going to give also your viewers, if anyone wants to join up today, a Clary Calm, which is a women's blend, and it's great for supporting hormones and women when they have their periods, and hormonal support. It's a nice little roller.
Clary Calm. Has that got clary sage in it or something?
Yes, which is one of my favorites. I call her the crone. She's a wise woman. Then in this pack, there's also tea tree, which is also good for scrapes. We all know about tea tree. You can also put it in like to clean your bench tops and things like that. It's an
They were
antiseptic.
talking about banning tea tree oil.
Really?
They were.
Oh my goodness.
It was probably another one of those, let's just try something else thing.
Yeah.
It was around something else they were looking to ban. I can't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, it'll
Moringa.
come to me.
I think it's
Yeah,
moringa they're trying
yeah,
to ban, aren't they?
mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so the next one is peppermint, which I absolutely am addicted to at the moment. Like I never used to
yep,
really like peppermint, but I just put it in my diffuser every morning with
mm,
wild orange, and it's just like joy in a diffuser blend. It's so
mm.
uplifting. It's so clarifying. Peppermint is really good for headaches, even with the frankincense as well. It's nice to just put across the top and massage your forehead and your temples. Peppermint is really good like that. It's good for bad breath.
You can't pop it in your
It's
mouth.
yeah, I pop it in my mouth. Yeah, these
Mm,
doTERRA, these oils are totally pure. Then got no synthetics, nothing.
mm.
All the ones that you would think that you can eat, you can actually have internally. Yeah.
Wow,
So
like cloves and things like that. Yeah,
yeah, clothes like that. All theirs are just total pure plant
yeah.
extracts.
You know,
So
I okay, well, I haven't seen them for a while, but we have a couple of mice visitors. So I'm on the ground floor.
yeah,
They just march on in, and I think a lot of people have got that in Victoria at the moment. Anyway, I haven't seen them for a bit because I looked up. Okay, what's natural? Because I bought traps. Not interested. They don't do any of that. But
no,
I thought I looked up what's a natural things to get rid of mice, and one of them was peppermint oil. And you stick
yep,
it in cotton wool, and I've been sticking them around the house. I have not seen a mouse for a bit.
great, great. I wonder what they don't like about it. I mean, I love the smell of peppermint.
I know
Must
it's fine. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they go into some sort of heaven and they can't even walk.
Someone's written here. What do they say? Do you use
Jason's saying,
evening
"Oh gosh, you
primrose?
ladies use evening primrose. It's supposed to help with perimenopause." One past that. So, yeah.
Well, I actually love that. I use that evening primrose. That's actually my carrier oil for my face. I've used it
Mm,
for years. I don't use
mhm.
any other moisturizers or anything like that. I just use evening primrose on my
Wow.
face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah,
Someone else has been told the mice hate peppermint. They do, and also apparently basil. So I put,
basil.
oh, sorry, not basil, bay leaves. So I've got
Oh,
bay
bay
leaves.
leaf. Yeah.
Put up, crunch them up around like anything but a trap. I don't want to see them
Mhm.
dead anyway. Just go away.
Yeah, and talking about basil, that's another one of my favorites. It's like if you've ever got like a bit of a sore ear, or I feel like an ear infection's coming along.
Right.
You never put essential oils in your ear, but you
Yeah.
can just put a little bit of basil oil, essential oil, and just put it on the outside of your ear
Mm.
and around underneath, and
So
even
behind.
when you go onto the plane and your ears are like blocked,
Yeah.
it's great for helping support that.
So would that be like behind the ear?
Yeah, behind the
Or
ear
just,
and around
yeah.
the side of your ear, just never in your ear.
So my son has like sinusy things.
Yep.
Do you think
So,
what
so
would the
most people use for sinus which is weird, but they do use digestion, which is, um, usually used for stomach pain and indigestion and things like that. But a lot of people
hmm,
have had great support with digestion. So just put a couple of drops around your nose and face, but also the
what's
easy air. The easy air, which I was telling you about, is like
yes.
it's like a natural Vicks. So these are
Yes,
their
that's the kind of
blends.
thing.
So
Yes.
these are their blends.
Easy.
So
Yeah.
digestion has ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, cardamom, fennel, and star anise.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
easy air has peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon, and cardamom. So those things help support that.
Cardamom oil. Wow, I never heard of that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
And sorry. And so
no,
then
no.
there's
Yeah,
just,
the next.
yes. So then there's the other one, which is their On Guard blend, which was the one I was telling you about, that they've then now made laundry detergent out of it,
Mm,
hand soap, like a cleaning concentrate, and this is their protective blend. So if you're feeling a bit unwell, you'll put a couple of drops in your diffuser. You can put a couple of drops and make a little blend in here with oregano as well, and rub that underneath your feet. You can also you can get empty capsules that you can buy from the chemist, and you can put a little bit of olive oil and then a drop of On Guard and a drop of oregano, which is in the set as well.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the capsule and you just take it. But also doTERRA do On Guard soft gel capsules as well. If you're not someone who likes to make things, they've come out with a lot of products where you can just, it's already made for you.
Yeah,
and so oregano is another one in the kit. This is something that you have to be very careful with, because it's not like the extract that you get from a health food store and people take drops of oregano. This is like really, really strong, and it's really quite a hot oil. So you never just, put it in your mouth like that. It has to be in a capsule and diluted, and you should only sort of use it, 10 days, take a break, because it's nature's antibiotic, and you can burn warts off with it. Yeah.
You can burn warts off with it. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So that's and there's also
the main one.
And there's also, did I say lemon? Lemon's in there as well.
Yeah.
So that's good for cleaning. It's nice to have a couple of drops in your water, refreshing. It's uplifting. All the citruses are uplifting. So if you make a diffuser blend,
that's right. So they don't just work for obviously topical problems, whatever. They're mental health.
Yeah, mental health is amazing. Emotionally, I've already probably used about 20 of them this morning.
Wow.
Frankincense I use every day. My go-to perfume that I make every day, which I have already blended up, is patchouli and vanilla, Madagascar vanilla with a carrier oil. That's my smell. Today I use spearmint on my throat so that I can speak clearly. Rosemary is great for memory and promoting good hair health.
I forgot about that one. No, that's a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah. So there is so many oils that can support us.
And what would be the best for uplifting, depressive?
Okay, so for uplifting and depressing, definitely the citrus oils, I think. I find wild orange is joy in a bottle. It's just so beautiful. Yeah. Lemon, bergamot, lemongrass. Oh no, lemongrass is not citrus, sorry.
Bergamot.
Lime. Yeah, bergamot.
Yeah. No,
I think frankincense is also really good for that. It's calming.
Yeah. And so even if you did put them in an infuser, that would give good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of the first things I do when I wake up. I fill my water filter and I go straight to the diffuser and I pick what oils I want to put in the diffuser. I find it's a bit hard for me to read what people are saying.
Oh, sorry, that they're just talking amongst themselves as they do. Okay. I'm just putting it there. It says men on pause. How's that going? Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to pay attention. Stop talking to yourselves. What was I going to say? So that's why, often if you go to health centers or psychologists and things like that, they have diffusers with a lot of beautiful smells coming through. I think it's a relaxing thing, isn't it, to make people realize, to go into a bit of a state before they actually go out and go and talk.
Yeah.
But there's so much. Just keeping on that topic for a second. There's so much bad mental health. We all have mental health around at the moment. I mean, I've just tried to get in contact with this someone who a friend of mine sent me, and I'll just 2 seconds back to that subject. Just said
Yeah.
her second brother just took his life.
Oh,
Uh,
goodness.
and she's trying to do a thing around mental health, but she's doing exactly what we've talked about, and that's about talking and communicating and bringing it up. And so that's not what your essential oils are a separate thing, obviously, but it's all part of the thing of looking after yourself. I mean, people
Yeah,
should realize that a lot of the perfumes and um, deodorants and cleaning products and all kinds have got so many chemicals in them. They're actually affecting their mental health, aren't they? They're actually
definitely.
playing with their hormones and disrupting their hormones.
Definitely. Yep.
So
And
I've
food. And there's so many things attacking us at the moment.
mm,
It's,
but just
you've
even on that
really,
one thing around the smelly stuff, because
yeah.
so many young people do. I think it's a thing around. I've got to make sure that I don't have a single slight sort of smell of myself or whatever, which has gone so far. You can't have an own smell. You've got to just block it all out, and it's blocking it. Whereas this stuff is an enhancer,
Yep.
and like the essential oils are an
Yeah.
enhancer, and they bring out something or take something, or they're supposed to be a
They're
blocker
here
as
to
well.
support us. They're here to
Support,
support
yeah,
us. Totally. They're nature's gifts given to us to support us through everything that we're going through life. Yeah,
yeah,
I wholeheartedly believe that everyone should have these essential oils in their life. Like, I've never affiliated myself with anything, but
yeah.
they just bring joy to our lives. My partner has his own little set by the side of his bed, and he's always using the oils. Um,
Mm.
you know, all my family, lots of my friends, it's they really do help you.
How's your
Yeah.
mum these days? How's your mum going? Because
Yeah,
you look so
yeah.
similar, you two.
We look similar. Yeah, she's doing a lot better, a lot better. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I
We
mean,
have a
not
little.
that.
My younger sister had a baby 2 years. Well, she's nearly going to be two, and I think that
Right.
just brought a lot of joy to our
Yeah.
family. Yeah,
So
yeah.
where are the other kids? Are they still in WA?
My brother's children,
Mm.
yes, they're in
Yeah.
WA. One has moved to Sydney, probably the last 3-4 months.
Right.
She's moved there, but the other two are still in WA. But we do see them probably a couple of times a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's good.
they're
But
beautiful children.
what else can we talk about with the oils then? Because I agree. I think so. We have to sort of get away from the old, like they're kind of hippie things, whatever. They're
Yeah,
actually going, because what we talked about meant to many people on Earthworm Woman is around going back to what we used to use, and these are
yeah,
ancient things, aren't they? I'm sure
yeah,
essential
yeah. I
oils.
mean, modern medicine, is deep rooted from plants.
Mm,
A lot of their medicine came from plants first, and then they made synthetic forms of it. So I think it's definitely worth, if you're wanting the natural way, to try essential oils first and bring them into your life. But it's not even that. It's just like even in your products. Like,
mm.
why go to Woolies and Coles and pick up cleaning products and things? From them, when you could be getting some natural products that, yeah, doTERRA is a really great company that really values doing the right thing, and wants to help out. Not only do they, like, I see doTERRA more as a movement as well. Like,
Right.
they really pick, like, where they source their products from are from the indigenous part of where that plant's from. So they're
Okay.
getting the,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're also helping these farmers that were getting ripped off before, and they go into these little towns or farming areas, and they'll see a need that they might need water, and they're walking 3 days to get water. So then
Yeah.
they'll come in there, give jobs, help them set up a water well. There's just, if you go onto the
Also,
doTERRA
they
site,
give back to communities like that.
oh,
Yeah.
big time, big time. They have
Oh,
a
how about-
healing hands charity. They do so much, so much. It's really good.
So someone here is talking about sweats. So where has he gone? He's tried wild yam and it didn't work. So it's Chris, I think. Talking about sweats. Now, would that
Okay.
be kind of anxiety, stress related, or I wonder? I mean, we're not doctors. We can't obviously
Yeah, I'm not a doctor,
must
so
put
I
that out
can't
there. We're not
say.
doctors. Blah blah blah. We're just having
But
discussion. Yeah.
what I can say is I know that a lot of women who get hot flushes and things, they like to use peppermint. Peppermint is good for helping with hot flushes.
Right.
It's cool. It's cooling. It's a cooling oil. Yeah.
So whatever the cause, if it is well, hot flashes is we know roughly what that's caused, but maybe Chris is a woman. I don't know. Sorry. Yes, yes, I think she is. So yeah, try peppermint oil, Chris, or have a talk with Laura about, because this is about. I don't know if you want to come on and be an affiliate with earthwormwoman as well, because that would be like a second bow to what you're doing. Then I can promote the oils every week.
Yeah.
But I like to support people who are doing their own thing, and I think that more and more this is where we have to be going anyway. We know,
Yeah.
like, who we need to separate from all the big things. We need to keep, like, it's amazing because what you were talking about, what you did in the beginning back in 97 and all of that, so many people would love to do that now. So many people would love to live in a community sort of setup where,
Yeah.
maybe they got their own, and they do. I think there are lots of communities set up. Do you think you'd see yourself going back there, back into that sort of world?
I don't know. I think I think I need to stay in Melbourne for a bit longer.
Great, yeah. Eventually, I mean,
There's a lot of
I'm,
things keeping me here now,
I
like
understand.
loved
Yeah.
ones. But that doesn't mean I feel like I can still be, just because I don't have the 100 acres and I'm not off grid. I mean, I think we need to start bringing it into like suburbia, living like that, like
Yeah, that's
people,
true.
and it doesn't have to
It's
be
not
that you
like the
have to.
chemtrails are only staying in the city.
That's right. And we have to support ourselves probably more in the city. We're getting bombarded with so much naturally here, so we should be trying to do as much as we can in the city as well.
Yeah. I mean, I live in like a flat right in bloody St Kilda, so I
Yeah,
I feel very surrounded by so many different energies of this thing.
yeah,
Eventually, maybe I'll move somewhere else, but I'm the same. I kind of have to stay
in
put
the
at the
city.
moment.
Yeah. But
Um,
I also think that was another reason why, like, I thought I'll have 100 acres, be out there. And then when I got pulled back to Melbourne just before COVID, I thought, what the hell? Why was I brought back to Melbourne in the worst time possible? But then I think, well, if Spirit wanted me to be here at this time, then, you know, maybe it is to, like, it was definitely to support what was happening here.
in the
We
room, yeah,
needed all the people on the ground we could.
yeah.
And then, yeah, is to maybe bring that more natural life to the city.
Well,
It
that's
should just
right. Because
be, it should be the way we live all the
yeah,
time.
a lot of people left Victoria, as we know,
Yep.
and then a lot of people say, well, we should be supporting, like exactly what you're talking about. Um, like this veggie, we have to keep supporting things like the farmers markets and
Yes.
the veggie kind of people have allotments. They used to call them
Yes.
allotments in England. I don't have the same thing here, but
Yep.
um, I don't know about, things like I've always thought series. I did used to go there when I was there, but so many of those pylons right over that place. I used
I
to think,
know.
wow, how healthy is
Yeah.
that stuff? But that's right. We have to do our best to keep. Yeah, see, the way I see it as well, I don't separate myself. You probably don't either. I just live where I live, and I talk to
Yep.
everyone, and I do
Yep.
tend to. I've known a lot of people at the moment, and I don't know anything about their politics around what's been going on. But I think it's almost like a duty for us to keep talking and being these people who are the connectors,
Yeah.
to bring people across or awake or whatever the words are. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. And everyone should be growing something, or even if it's sprouts on your kitchen table.
Yeah.
Like we just we've got to start doing that and supporting, yes, the farmers markets and all those things more than Woolies and Coles and all these companies
Speaking
that
of,
don't give a shit about us.
I was going to put this up on Facebook. It's for a friend. Speaking of growing something, what what would be the best oily typey thing? Would you say for? And I think often people say tea tree, for toenails. And I know a few people who have this. It's not me.
Yep.
Toenail fungus.
Yes. Well,
Toenail fungus.
yes.
Apparently.
Yeah. Tea tree is really good for that.
Mm,
I would even use a little bit of the
mm,
oregano oil. Um, and yeah, tea tree and frankincense. I'd say those.
mm. So
Yeah.
so obviously with these oils, you have to know a little bit about what is each one is good for. You'd have to have that sort of knowledge as well.
Well, you don't have to, because doTERRA are amazing, and on their bottle
Mm,
you actually lift a little section of it, and underneath it will help. I will say what you can use it for.
mm,
There's lots of apps, and also anyone who enrolls with me, I have a Facebook page, a private Facebook page that I put everyone who has enrolled with me, and I will share information on that page in that little group.
okay. Yep.
Um, there's books, there's apps that
What's
I
the
can.
page? What's your page? I'll put it in here.
So okay, so I've just got an Instagram page which is Spirit Nourishments, but when
Spirit. Is that one
nourishment,
word? N
yep,
O NOU R
Ish
M E
ENT
T. Spirit
Nourishments.
S S. Okay.
Yeah, that's on
That,
Instagram. But I'm not a big poster. But when people enroll just with me, there's a private group on Facebook that I
okay.
connect them to, and then they can go into that group, and that's where there's education about more of the oils and the promos that are happening and different things like
Mhm.
that. I can tap people into an educational, once they've enrolled, they can,
Yeah.
there's like a 6-week series of emails that supports you on how to use your oils and things like that. There's a lot of support within the community, within my community. So
Yep.
yeah,
So it's like becoming part of a family. Um,
yeah, yeah. We
I
don't
know
just.
Madeline has also got a similar, nothing the same, but she does have some of the similar products apparently who use doTERRA. That's the
Okay.
shopping club thing.
Yep.
Um, so I'm trying not to overlappy,
Yep.
oils, great, but not there's all kinds of things out there. You go to a shop, there's 1,000 different products, aren't there? So
Yep.
I just pass in my feet in the shower, not foot fungus. Then that's nice, Jane. That's really showing us. I don't know what it means. Anyway, but yeah, I think often those sort of things come from something internal. But so if you topically, I guess you might be able to get rid of what's going on there, but maybe it also you have to look at what's going on inside.
Yes, definitely. What's going on inside is a big thing.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about with your business or with
Um,
your
okay, I just
self?
wanted to say that there's a couple of ways you can get the oil. So you can pay retail. You can go onto my site, which I think you've put my doTERRA shop.
The inst. Yeah. Yes, I did. In the
Yes.
thing.
So you can go there and you can pay retail, but I don't think that's the smartest way. I think the smartest way is to get wholesale, because who doesn't want cheaper pricing? So you can set up a wholesale account. If you were to get one of these kits, this one or the smaller one, it waivers the $35 joining fee, so you don't have to pay that, and you don't have to pay shipping. And then, so then after that, if you want to build your collection, they have a rewards system. So then you can set up an account, and then if you were to order monthly at a certain amount, you can either get a free oil each month. We don't know what it is. Each month they come out with something different, or you just end up accumulating points. So then you've got that to then spend later, like in points. And then if anyone is interested in doing the business, reach out to me. It's, as I said, it's one of the cheapest businesses to join. It's really just buying your products each month for your home, and then sharing the oils with other people, and you earn a commission from it.
So is it pretty full time, or is it? I mean,
it can be full time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So depending on how much you want to promote it.
So you have to get the promotion. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you can have gatherings. You share with your family. I mean, a lot of the time it's because my house is full of all the products. People come and they're like, "Oh, what are these?" And you just end up talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's great. And how long would like a kit last, do you think?
Oh, a long time.
Depends who's.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, like, oregano, it's not something that you use all the time. So the oregano could last a couple of years. I seem to be going through peppermint a lot, like probably 2 months, because I'm using it daily in my diffuser and I really love it. Something like Easy Air is, only used really when, there's congestion or colds and stuff like that. So that could last a couple of years. A lot of it lasts a long time. Yeah. It's just depending on, I'd say maybe things like peppermint, lavender, lemon, those things are going to go faster because you're using them daily.
Yeah.
And the others, yeah.
Oh, she meant piss. Okay, so she's even getting more explicit there.
What is it?
She's talking about how she weed on her foot in the shower.
Oh,
I think.
That's funny that she said that, because I was going to say that as well. I was going to say, actually, if you wee on your foot, that's probably good. And then even like their laundry detergent, this lasts me about 3 months.
Wow.
Because you only need like, a tablespoon. So they do last a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But depends who you live with, I suppose, on the washing things.
Yes, that's true. That's true. If you've got 6 kids, it probably won't last that long.
Oh, yeah, no. But young people wash their clothes so much. So that's fantastic. So that's there. What else was I going to ask? I was going to ask something else. What was I going to ask? So it's a kind of thing that you can, as a business, you could have it as a side business if you have a few. Because that's. Well, as you know, I'm making maroon, but right now I'm not earning any money making maroon. But so I'm just thinking, eventually, but I have to do this. That's why last week and whatever it was, a week before, I had to take a bit of role play work when it comes. But I'm always thinking of things I can do on the side as well that don't actually take a lot of time away from me focusing on the creative things. Because I did a tiny bit of support work, and it's just not. It's fine. It's just not me. Because also, whenever I was doing that, I was thinking, "Oh, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's taking my time. I've done enough of that in my life."
Yeah.
So, as a sort of a self-employed business, these are good types of things.
I mean, I think it's great. There's one thing I love about doTERRA. It really is. It does. I mean, men definitely get involved with this as well, but it seems to be more women are, and it's a beautiful business that supports women who have children and they've got limited time. They've got that you can work when you want to work. You can promote when you want to promote. But also businesses like health food stores. Is there any people out there who've got health food stores or have like some type of wellness business? They can place these products in their shop or their business and promote them that way as well. They're very generous with their compensation plan. They do have their head office is actually in Melbourne for Australia. It's in Mulgrave. There is a business training coming up, not this weekend, the weekend after. If anyone on here listening to this wants to get involved, contact me and I'll give you the details for that. And they also have a convention every year, which is in the Gold Coast. And it's the last 2 days of July. I'll be going with a few other friends. And it really, it's an amazing event. It is so beautiful. You learn a lot of science. You learn a lot about wellness. The community is amazing. It's uplifting. So if anyone wants to go to that as well, contact me. I'd love to see you there.
business induction? Does that cost as well?
The business one that's happening in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So it's a day event. So what it is the first part of it is for people who are doing the business. And it's $49. And they'll be talking about the business. And then the second half of the day, they will show some of the experts. They will show how to present a class with this kit. And that is free for anyone to come along and listen to.
What a shame it's in Mulgrave. It's sort of got Dan Andrews sort of vibe to it.
I don't know. Well, that's why it is in Melbourne, because you've got to have the good vibes.
That's right. And get rid of the...
This is the thing we've got to change. You've got to have the good vibe. You've got to go in. I feel like my whole life's been about that. I feel like I've always been guided to go in where shit's going on, so then I can push that shit out a little bit.
Wow. That's a good philosophy. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's no point being on top of the mountain and being all happy when everyone else is suffering, when you could go in there and change the light. Like, I feel like I go out every day and try and make people smile. And, there's so many people who won't even look you in the face when you're walking and there's only one-on-one person walking towards you and they put their heads down. That makes me so sad.
Oh my goodness. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I want to look them in the eye and go, life is not this scary. Like, there are lovely people out there, and don't be afraid to look me in the face.
Well, obviously you give out an aura as well, and with these oils, people. So that's a fantastic way to be. That's right. I have the same thing. It really, like, we're not going to have a conversation. Don't worry, or whatever. It's just actually put your head up and don't.
And I'm not saying, like, I get nervous too, and I feel like shy, but then really it's like you just got to push through that, and and realize that not everyone's out to attack us.
This one, what's for confidence?
Ooh. So for me, if I'm feeling a bit nervous, I've got to say, I just always go back to frankincense.
Yeah, good old Frank.
Yeah, he's there to lift me up. And I don't know, I just drowning myself in these oils. As I said before I got on here today, I had the diffuser on, I've put my oils on. I've actually even grabbed one of my favorite things to do is put a little bit of frankincense on the bottom of my thumb and suck it up.
Wow. Yeah,
like that. And I do peppermint as well, because frankincense, it's not a bad taste, but it is a little bit full on.
Wow. But like you said, they all come from plants. They're all natural.
That's right. So, they all come from plants, and it's all natural. I mean, there's a lot of essential oils out there that will say that they're pure, but they has synthetics in them.
Oh, yes.
And that's the other thing about doTERRA. They have a number on the bottom of each bottle, and you can actually go to the website called Source to You, and it will tell you that batch number and the purities of it. And they don't just test it themselves. They have third-party testing to make sure that they are 100% pure.
Yep. Look, I might even be interested in coming coming along to that business thing.
Oh, great.
Because it might be another thing I can put on.
Yeah. And one of our leaders in doTERRA that I'm part of their group, he's actually coming to Melbourne, and he is such a lovely guy, and it's really nice to see men taking this on, and his wife, their
Luckily,
partnership.
it's very nice to see men taking this on.
Yeah, like just embracing this as well. And
no, I get you.
He's a great speaker, and he generally is such a lovely man and has
rosemary oil for
aura.
mozzie repellent, peppermint for spiders. Well, but no, put spiders outside.
Yeah.
Well, you can deter them, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with spiders. Well, anyway, I'll let you go. But thank you so much. And anyone wants to have a look, Laura's website is in the comments of this interview.
Please contact me.
Yeah, the Instagram is there. So I'm so glad that we managed to have it.
Yes.
I'm so sorry you're so small.
I got to hear you.
I can barely. I'm going to find out what on earth is going on. I think Michael wants to set it up a different way. I haven't come in here very often, but this goes out to several places, so you'll have a lot. There's only a few people watching on this platform, but it goes quite fast. So all the best, and have a lovely day, and have
you too.
So have a what is the same? Are you talking about putting spiders outside, Belinda? Anyway, have it. With me and Laura have been talking about having a sort of a dance event. I think we're due for something, a kind of and perhaps some of it maybe, or whatever it will be, for fundraiser for Marooned, because I'm now raising money for the post-production side. But we'll see, because I think it's time for us to have some sort of gathering thingy. I think things are quite broken up.
Yes, they have. Everyone's off on doing their own things, which is what happens in life. But no, it would be nice to get us all back together again.
To go, wow, yeah, because we were talking about way back. Gosh, it was probably about 3 years ago. I don't even know. One that we had in a warehouse in Brunswick area.
Yeah. Oh, it was so great. It was so loving, and it was a beautiful event. Yeah.
So keep watching, because
Yep.
But that. So speak again. See you soon.
Yes. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
I am not just a product made to satisfy the pocket, nor do I require the same fame others seek. I desire your heart, the passions that make you a woman, any woman, every woman. My scents are a representation of purpose, courage, confidence, each botanical ingredient a praise of thanksgiving and self-care. The way I feel upon your flesh, a comfort of nourishment, as I feed dehydrated and depleted layers of skin, bursting for a new life of regrowth and youthfulness. If I stir your soul with each application, let it be known that you, too, are an intimate duet woman.